contract hit job he had taken previously. Just then, he hears Esther scream from inside the house, and he runs in to investigate, finding a Native American woman with bloody hands on the floor. She states that the whiskey is her first gift, referring to some unknown third party. As Jeb runs off to find bandages for the woman's cuts, she speaks with Esther, warning her that Jeb is a man who has done evil things, and their baby may turn out to be the same. She then leaves the knife she cut herself with as she walks out of the house, referring to Jeb as Hellrider. At night, Jeb begins to have nightmares about the creature from the woods, which watches over him through the window. In the morning, an angry Jeb
Oh yeah, all ODST, baby. All ODST. That's how it's done.
Jeb rides into town and approaches the sheriff's department, but finds it locked. Howard Blackwood arrives and tells Jeb that Sheriff Seth Creviston is down at the Toluca prison. Jeb heads into the nearby Leake's Tavern to grab a bite to eat, and inside he orders a coffee. Bartender Jonas is surprised, stating that this isn't his usual order, which confuses Jeb as this is the first time he's come to the tavern. Just then, Jonas's wife Helene walks in and recognizes Jeb as Hellrider, referring to some kind of past together between the three of them before mentioning a big knife Jeb used to own. As the three begin to argue, Sheriff Creviston walks into the tavern and meets with Jeb. Jeb tells him about the trespasser at his home, and the sheriff hints at some kind of history between him and Jeb as well, before inviting him back to his station to discuss further. At the station, Jeb and the sheriff talk about the former's past, and he explains that he used to be a heavy drinker, but gave it up before he and his wife moved to Silent Hill to start a new life. Jeb changes the subject to his intruder, and the sheriff explains that it must be an old woman named Enola, who's a bit strange, but ultimately harmless. Jeb then leaves, stating that if Enola shows up again, it'll be her last time. And as he leaves, the sheriff also refers to him as Hellrider. Meanwhile, back at the house, the skeletal creature begins to watch over Esther as she collapses on the porch. Got you first, you did. She's not bad. Good morning, guys. We'll make that big party. It's a brand new day.
SharkMD connects patients to the doctor online for opioid use disorder. Start medication assistance.
Is on the porch. When she awakens, she finds Enola before her, and the old woman helps her inside the house. The two then have a conversation, and Enola cryptically states that she and others have been waiting her child's birth. She then leaves before Jeb returns home. Weeks later, as Jeb cuts the chair into firewood, he begins to remember his days when he went by Hellrider, including an incident where he slept with Helene. Jonas caught the two, and in a rage he tried to stab Jeb, but he pulled Helene in front of him, causing Jonas to kill his own wife instead. Jeb then pulled his shotgun and blew Jonas away, leaving the couple dead as he walked out. Just as Jeb comes to this realization, Howard Blackwood arrives once again to check in on Jeb and see how he and his wife have settled in. The pair speak about killing people in their past, and Jeb recounts his days as Hellrider, when he drank whiskey and killed with no remorse before Esther got him clean. He then states that some of the murders were killing Native Americans to free land for the rich and powerful.